This is episode 268 of the UFO Buster Radio News with your host, Manny Moonraker. What's up, everyone? This is myself and I said I'd break in sometime over the weekend regarding anything that had to do with the UFO craziness, Area 51 raid, blah, 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 blah. But really, it's been, in many ways, kind of lackluster, right? It wasn't like a shitload of people attacking little Rachel, Nevada. But at the same time, I believe there were some successes here. Now, really, let's be honest. Does the world need another UFO conference? Yes. But one that's held by Manny Moonraker. not one in the middle of Area 51. No. Yeah, so there's a few articles we're going to cover in this episode. As a matter of fact, just because I'm easy like Sunday morning, after every single article we talk about, I am going to just play a song. Fuck it. We might as well just stick around. If you decide that you want to call in, the number is 972-290-1329. That's what's going to happen. If you decide to chat live and you are currently on Spreaker.com, that's Spreaker.com, if you're on there or you want to go on there, just search for UFO Buster Radio Network. You will find the Moonraker on live. You can go into the chat box and send messages like, Ronnie did the other day. And a lot of people do actually when I'm live. But it's been a good week, It's been a good week for everything. As a matter of fact, just to let you guys know, sometime towards the middle of October, I will be taking a trip down to Boca Chica, southern Texas, Cameron County. And I'm heading down there to see if I can take some pictures, a couple of selfies with that spaceship. Maybe even the hopper, the SpaceX hopper might still be there sitting around somewhere. Apparently it's going to be there for a little bit. It's going to be their test mule, as they say in cars, to basically test stuff for the Starship. Now, sometime in October, there is going to be that 74,000 X amount of number foot launch by SpaceX out of Boca Chica Village. And, I would be lucky as shit if I turned out down there some weekend, and that happens to be the weekend in the middle of October they decide to launch. Hint, hint, wink, wink, Mr. Musk. And actually, Musk was down there earlier this week. How the fuck does Elon Musk just come in and nobody fucking know he's there until he's there? I mean, I could understand me. No one's going to know I'm at Boca Chica Village. But Musk just strolls in, congratulates all the peeps down there, strolls the fuck out. Well, I'm sure the guy probably came in a private jet, of course. So I'm sure he came in under the guise of somebody else. Not when they took the pictures of him, he did have like big ass dark shades and a hat and stuff like that. But damn, that would have been a cool opportunity to meet the man, the legend, Elon Musk. That would have been cool. But, hey, no fucks given. I will probably meet absolutely no one except for the security guards when I'm there. But I will take a lot of fucking pictures. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to post it on my social media as evidence that the Moonraker made it to SpaceX's launch facility in Boca Chica. Now, there's some rumors, though, about Boca Chica, and that's the fact that because of that successful hop, the Elon's crew sent out a letter to the Boca Chica residents. And you know what? I looked at the 2000 census for Boca Chica, and it says there's only about 20 people that live there. Now, given, cold weather and advances in the little blue pill, there might be maybe 30 now. But they've been asked to get the fuck out. They've been given a notice by SpaceX that for 3 times their property value, they can pack their shit up and get out. And let me just say this, Boca Chica residents, I just want to say this. These are fucking rockets. Some of the most powerful rockets ever made. And I have to just say this, and it's really sad that they're way more powerful than anything else that's ever been flown, basically. Yeah. And some of these little ships are rockets that are going to be launching on there. It's going to be more than one Raptor engine. Yeah. Probably not as much as the final Starship design, but wow. I would say that I would rather get 3 times my fucking property value and get the fuck out of danger's way. That's my advice to you Boca Chica residents that are thinking of holding out. Now listen, don't be stupid about it. Let's have some common sense here. Elon Musk and the gang wants that fucking property. So, if you want to play coy, you want to play stupid, maybe hold out for maybe 5 times the property value, go ahead. Don't hold on to that piece of land because you think it's all you ever going to have, all you're ever going to need because your babies grew up there. Yeah. Fuck it. Get the fuck out. You can freaking find tons of property around Cameron County as well, away from danger. Just do it. Take the fucking money and run. Don't sit around holding on to that bullshit. I'm telling you. One of those fucking Raptors goes off the wrong way and lands in your front yard. You and your neighbors are fucked. Well, the ones who were dumb enough not to take the money. Yeah, and then what? Then what you going to get when you char it up? Like a chicharron or something like that. Chicharrone. Yeah, forget about it. I just take the money. Shit. Oh, well, yeah, you know what? Here's another thing. I tell you guys all the time, I absolutely enjoy getting messages from the listeners. And I had one recently, back and forth, really due to some of the music I play on here, from Professor T. Professor T, yeah, you know who you are. I'm not even going to give any names. I don't be dropping names like that. But Professor T is like, hey, I like your selection of music. And, other things were said. But what's funny is that I read his email. And Thursday, I had gone out to, one of those places that sells adult beverages. Because I did have that one mishap a few episodes ago, which I will not talk about anymore. And he mentioned in his email recently, he said, P.S. Oh, you know what? Shit, I have my... Let me just read it because you guys might think that I make shit up, but I don't. I have my handy-dandy Samsung here. It says, P.S. If you like rum, and who doesn't, and that's absolutely true. I mean, come on. Rum and whiskey, you can't go wrong with those things. Oh, well, vodka too. Well, fuck it, all of it. Try the Cruzan Light Rum, and he says, fuck the flavored shit. So, Professor T, if you're listening, before I read this, before I received this from you, I actually purchased a pretty big bottle of Cruzan coconut. And I don't know what it is. I just, as of late, I've been going crazy with coconut flavor alcohol. Maybe it's because it's so fucking hot in San Antonio. So it brings me to the tropics. I mix it with like pineapple and shit like that. Don't ask me for my recipes because it's out of this world and I'm not going to remember because half the time that I make them, I am barely coherent. But I like to share that. So yeah, Professor T, you are right on the money. That is some good shit right there. One day I'll go back to the whiskeys and stuff. I just haven't had whiskey in a long time because it's deadly. It's deadly potent. Well, you know what? Before we get into the news, let me just get started with a little bit of music. And this is for you people in Boca Chica Village. We know about them still waters, but y'all need to pack the fuck up and get out.
If you want to, I'll get you flowers waiting around the bend. Baby, let's just pretend. I wanna stay like this forever. I wanna stay right here with you. I wanna stay right here with you. As the rest we fall until it all breaks down. But I need it so I will stay around when you're all messed up. It's a great relief to be understood. It's a shame still waters run deep. So let us walk right into the forest, to the trees and the rising sun. It is something we can't outrun. I do whatever it takes to hold you, whatever it takes to you. Wanna be in this game for two. When it all comes down, do you feel alive? Are you feeling lost? You were made to fly, but you're so much more than a memory. It is not easy. It's a shame still waters run deep. As the rest we fall till it all breaks down. But I need it so I will stay around. And when you're all messed up, it's a great relief to be understood. It's a shame still waters run deep. What the hell? Still waters run deep. Listen up now. When it all comes down, do you feel alive? Are you feeling lost? That you were made to fight, but you're so much more than a memory. It's not easy. You were made to fight. It's a shame. Still waters run deep.
Have mercy. What a song. It's funny because one of these days, hopefully before the end of the year, I am going to finally get this fucking podcast on video, YouTube, probably on Facebook video too, but you guys will see how I do this dance while the music is going on like I got epilepsy. It's pretty sad. And I'm making not making fun of epilepsy. You guys can get that CBD oil and you'll be okay. But shit, I look terrible when I do that stuff. I laugh at myself, but eventually you'll be able to laugh at me too, apparently. Because, I have no Fred Astaire. I have no John Travolta. I just enjoy the music. And from what I understand, some of you guys enjoy it as well. So this is like a little recap, kind of, for Friday through Saturday. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen in Nevada today? And hopefully it kind of goes the way it's been going. The very first story, U.S. military fucked up. Yeah, can you imagine that? I mean, come on. We were behind you guys. You gave us the 3 videos. You admitted that they're UAPs because you don't like the term UFO. But then some dickhead decided to tweet something. Yeah, some dick from the Defense Visual Information Distribution Service, or DVIDS. They really should have, acronyms that mean a fucking something to somebody. They tweeted, what they tweeted was this: the last thing, #millennials will see if they attempt the Area 51 raid today. And attached to that tweet was a photo of a few military men and women standing in front of a B-52 stealth bomber. Yeah, that happened. Now, first of all, it's pretty sad for folks to be offended by that. It's a stealth bomber, so the fuck what? Do you really think that the government is going to bomb people in Rachel, Nevada? I mean, come on. Pull yourself up by your big girl panties and shut the fuck up. Yeah, if you've got a problem, go suck your thumb somewhere. There's no way that was going to happen, and to be offended by that is utterly ridiculous. He's just having fun, just like everyone else that expected to see a bunch of aliens running out of the damn facility today, or yesterday, or the day before. It's all in good fun. Yeah, the topic might be seriously lingering behind the cranium of some of these people, but they're still having fun. You can't fucking say that was a real threat, because in the first place, it came from the wrong person to begin with. And this guy's probably going to get written up or fired or some stupid shit like that, but that's the way the world goes. That's the way the world goes. Now, there is a copy of the tweet. It's linked into this article, so you can actually go into the description today and check it out. Click on it. And basically on Saturday, the division that has the visual information distribution service, they apologized. They said sorry. They said, "Dear Americans, we're sorry that this anal retentive fuckhead decided to post this picture, but it was all in good fun. We apologize because it was inappropriate and it was a mistake." Oh, well. That's a bunch of nonsense. I mean, what's the big deal anyway? Who the fuck cares? So what? So what? And actually, that brought me to another point, is that the odds makers in Vegas had odds on whether or not Donald Trump would actually tweet about the Area 51 raid. Yeah, that was actually going on. They had other odds, too, as to whether or not people will actually show up. So, there you go, folks. Yeah, I hope you bet on the side of people showing up. And I hope you bet on the side of guessing how many were going to show up. Because, for Pete's sake, I don't think anyone thought that there would ever be millions of people showing up to Rachel, Nevada. Hashtag 50 people live there. So, you basically have maybe 52 toilets to use. I don't know why I keep bringing that up. I think that's important, that you be able to take your 1 and 2s in a decent place. Because sometimes those porta potties, they're not decent at all. They're just a hop, skip away from just saying fuck it and wiping yourself with a nice big leaf. At least the air will smell better momentarily until you're done. So that's one story there. So yeah, you guys, you fucked up, but not too bad. It's not like anyone took that shit seriously, to be honest. So, just be okay. It's a good thing. Now, there is a picture that I have for this particular episode, and it's not your usual, alien or ET or some crazy picture somebody made up. It's actually a picture of a kid. Yeah, a picture of a kid. And this kid is out there, and he's checking out one of the events. Yeah, not the one in Rachel, Nevada. No. The kid is Noah Davenport, 13 years old. And he had his Raid Area 51 shirt. He had those alien glasses on. And he was standing in front of the Alien Research Center during the Storm Area 51 base camp event in Hiko. I don't know how the fuck you say it. Which happened on Friday. That's pretty cool. And, the cool thing about that is that he at least is being exposed to the topic. And that's important, right? Because you can't let all the Natura runners take all the credit for the future of the investigation of what could be the number one single most important question. Is there someone else out there? So the fact that this kid is there enjoying himself, probably with some parents all tattooed up with UFO paraphernalia on them, it's a good thing. And I'm glad to see that. You know, you got to keep your kids open-minded, especially this topic, because it seems that in the next few years, it's going to become really highly publicly debated as evidence continues to come out and what some people still call these soft disclosures. Kind of like soft porn, right? The soft disclosure. I don't know about that. That's a little weird. I don't like the whole soft disclosure thing. Or the controlled disclosure. I don't like it at all, because I think that any kind of disclosure that comes from anyone other than the blue collar of, human being, not tied to a corporation, not tied to a government, unless it comes from regular people, it is a good old-fashioned rubber-dicking mind fuck. Plain and simple. They're never going to tell you 100% of the truth. So we the people, no matter where you're at, the U.S., Canada, Australia, Japan, China, the U.K., Russia, no matter where the fuck you're at, Brazil. I'm going to just start throwing out country names just for the fuck of it. Mexico. Like I got Tourette's. I got ufology Tourette's. Wherever you're at. Antarctica. Wherever you're at. It's the people that got to bring it forward. Otherwise, we're not going to know everything. We will not. We will always be kept in the dark. All right, let's go. One more song for you guys. This is the end of the world. Yes, that song just makes me wonder, what will it be like at the end of the world? Will there even be human beings by that time? Yeah, it's just, I don't know, kind of too much of the whole deep thought thing, I guess. I just need to cut that shit out. Because it's Sunday, I should be relaxing, basically. The next article, Area 51 raid lures festive UFO hunters to Nevada desert. 5 arrested. Yeah, 5 arrested, and even there's some other stuff here about a couple of people had been taken by emergency services for heat exhaustion, dehydration, shit like that. So there were other incidents. People had minor injuries and all that good stuff because, they're in the middle of the fucking desert. And, of course, they're coming in from air-conditioned, nice apartments full of weed. Goodies. So they're not used to it. So, shit happens. The 5 that were arrested, well, fuck. Apparently, you didn't read the fine print about what the authorities were saying or any news article that said, we're not going to fuck with you if you fuck around and fuck up. A lot of F words there, but I'm trying to get the point across. The article says, in quotes, about 3,000 out-of-towners ventured on Thursday and Friday to the region around Area 51, also known as Rachel, Nevada. 3 people were arrested on suspicion of trespassing onto the grounds of Area 51, and another was arrested for an incident of exposure after urinating. You guys think that I'm kidding when I was talking about you wouldn't have anywhere to pee and shit around this place because it's really small. So this guy decided to pull out his pecker and pee near the entrance of the base. So indecent exposure. Ain't nobody want to see that shit. So he got his ass arrested. And the other one was a alcohol-related incident. And it's probably the same guy. Just got arrested twice for exposing himself. And then for being drunk because he actually showed his tallywhacker to the world. So there you go. And this probably takes you up until Friday afternoon as far as arrests and things like that. But, it is what it is. So initially, only a group of about 150 people showed up at the gate of Area 51 around 3 o'clock in the morning Friday. But that actually went viral because there was a few videos that I had put together on the Facebook page UFO Buster Radio. And this was one of the videos of everyone standing there around the gate, taunting basically the guards. And there was one knucklehead who tried to do like a tour run towards the gate and thought it was really funny. I'm sorry. Shit. I don't care how many cameras are around. I am not going to be doing a tour run towards about 4 or 5 armed people. Don't they see these videos of these incidents? Come on. Don't fuck around. Do not fuck around with these people. They're armed and dangerous, and they're expecting a whole lot of shit to go down. So they are pretty much on red alert. Red alert. There's a third article here that talks about alien stock organizer optimistic after fabulous first day. This came from the Review Journal. And I think the Review Journal is local to Nevada. And basically what they're saying is that Kanye West felt a sense of accomplishment at how well the first day was going at alien stock. Well, by the way, Kanye, don't use that. You need to drop that alien stock shit because Matty Roberts going to sue the fuck out of you. Because he even said it in one of those interviews. So basically the first musical act got together at about 8 p.m. and started going over at the Little Alien Inn. And she was elated, ecstatic. She was blown away. Here's a quote by Kanye West. "I'm fabulous. I can't even describe it. This is the highest high I've ever been in my life." And she said, "They said we couldn't do it, and we did. And we did." He says, "It's been overwhelming in the most amazing way. I'm just elated with it. I've never been the recipient of this much support in my life." And that's really important. And here's the thing. Matty Roberts went in with his promoter. I still haven't gotten the promoter's name, but I do have interviews that he's conducted. I guess if I took the time to read the fucking video prompting shit on there, I'd be able to see the guy's name. But he got this promoter together, and they pretty much took the biggest fucking dump on Kanye West and the little alien in by saying Rachel Nevada was not going to be able to handle all the people that are going to show up. So he decides with his promoter to take this alien stock thing and take it to southern Las Vegas at some other venue and have a party there just on Friday. And in the meantime, he's doing these interviews, and there's a whole bunch of sponsors. And I think even Bud Light was a sponsor of that one as well. And so they decided, hey, Kanye West, fuck you. We're going to go over here because it's safer. It's a more controlled area. And if you use the names alien stock at all, we're going to sue you because you can't do that. Because we broke off our deal. And that's jacked up. And you really, listen, you want to make your money, more power to you. You see that there's going to be more cha-ching for you because you get to go to southern Vegas and try to get the Vegas crowd in. Fantastic. Love it. Have music, have people, everybody drink and be merry about aliens. Fantastic. Number one, Area 51 is not in southern Las Vegas. I don't know if you guys know that, Maddie and promoter. It's outside of Rachel, Nevada. Number two, it's really fucked up that this joke that went too far involved the little alien in, and essentially, by osmosis, Kanye West. So you guys brought this down on her lap without her knowing. So yeah, she in a way is a victim of all of this. Could you imagine if after all of this, and if no one showed up because they all decided to go to South Las Vegas over with Maddie, could you imagine if after getting all this money together to pay for emergency services and all that kind of stuff, imagine if the little alien then went broke, bankrupt. I mean, this was a case of, do as the Romans do, or you're screwed. So she joined Maddie, and then Maddie dumped on her. And she really did have a lot of stuff to have to deal with. It's a lot to go from coming in and renting rooms to being on the media, dealing with getting emergency services, renting all these things, preparing, trying to get entertainment out there for people, having food. I mean, come on. It's a lot. And to be honest, Matty Roberts turned his back on this, on what he started, basically. Because I'm telling you, he could have gone on. As soon as he saw 500,000 people, he could have said, oh, fuck it, no, it's just a joke, y'all. It's just not for real. Let me take it off. To be honest, Facebook could have done that. Facebook does that shit with anything slightly, even the most smallest hint of it being political. Facebook will drop your post. I'm telling you, I had one post and it said hashtag Trump in it. The entire post had nothing to do. It had one hashtag. They deleted it. And they told me that I cannot post political themed messages. It was just a fucking hashtag. Are you serious? But there are rumors that the state of Nevada might be tinkering with the idea that maybe they should sue Facebook for all this. Yeah, maybe Facebook should also pay to play. Isn't that fascinating? I mean, I'm okay with it. Come on, you cannot be a social media platform. You might be the biggest, but you can't police everyone like that. That's ridiculous. There are some things you gotta get rid of. Yeah, like really dark side of humanity things that should not be there, should not be anywhere. But what about our freedom of speech as far as being on your platform? You can't control everything, Facebook. And the fact that you didn't control this, and you, of all platforms, should know that once this thing reached the fever pitch that it did, something was going to go on. Something really bad. Now, there is some sad news to report on this, and that is that the other event, Storm Area 51 Base Camp, was actually canceled. And they sold a lot of tickets. They were expecting a crowd of about 1,500 to 2,000 people for the second day. But apparently they ended up canceling because there was not too many people were showing up. A lot of people were heading over to Rachel, Nevada instead, and this is the event at Heiko. Yeah, so sorry to hear that, guys, but at least Rachel, Nevada was not too far, so you guys could pack up, head down there, and join Alien Stock. The original Alien Stock. Hashtag fuck you, Matty Roberts. And going down there and check that out. Yeah, because that probably was a lot more fun, to be honest, because you're closer to Area 51. And really, that was the meat of this. The meat of the entire situation was going down to Area 51. No one was going to Natura run. But shit, it was about going there because all roads lead to Area 51. Just ask Bob Lazar.
Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. We don't ever play it and the night is young. It doesn't matter what we do. There ain't nobody like. There ain't nobody like. You look so beautiful. And I'm so lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Talking by yourself and you make me smile. I can listen all night long. I tell you about the time when I first met you, listening to our favorite song. Walking on the street when you caught my eye. Something about the way you move. No, there ain't nobody like. There ain't nobody like. So lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. 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 Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you.
God, I feel like I'm having my own alien stock right now with all this music. But that's what I said. It is Sunday, September 22nd. It's kind of sit back, happy-go-lucky type of day. Now, I have this one article which I'm going to it's going to be a killer. I'm leaving this for the very last one, so I'm going to skip that one right now. I'm going to run out of music, actually. Oh, no, actually, the other way around. I'm going to run out of articles. Thanks, Bugs. I'm going to run out of articles before I can play all the music. Little claims that even before, hold on a second, wrong one. UFO sightings, Storm Area 51. Is it time to believe? There is an article that was published by, wdet.org. Basically, they asked a couple of physicists questions about whether it's time to believe now. Is it time for you to just believe that there may be ET somewhere? It is really difficult, right? Because whenever you read things like this, and you read someone that has a pocket protector talking about stuff like this, you know that there is a double-edged sword here. Because yes, UAP, UFO, got it. It doesn't really mean aliens. And that's what the problem is. That's where we kind of jumped the gun and we muddied the waters with this. A UFO and a UAP, unknown aerial phenomena, they're both one and the same. Except that UFO has all these negative connotations, right? Tinfoil hats. UAP is new. Oh, no. We here in the military, we don't like to use UFO. We like to use a UAP because that's the really way to seize it. Yeah, so that's what they said. UAP really explains how this phenomena should be viewed. No, it fucking does it. It's the same fucking thing. Whether you say it's an unknown aerial system or unknown area, wherever the fuck it is still unknown. You can add whatever fucking letters you want to it. Make the acronym like 5 letters, 6 letters, 10 letters long. It is an unknown shit that's in the fucking sky. Plain and simple. Stop fucking around. Yeah, so they're not going to... I guarantee you that when people in the military start writing these reports, some of these reports are going to be handed back to them to tell them, please get the word UFO off of there. Use UAP. Yeah, they'll send it back. They'll send it. Nah, we don't buy the UFO thing here, buddy. Can you do me a favor and write this shit back up again with the proper terms? That's what's going to happen until everyone gets trained to say UAP. And eventually UAP will have to disappear again, right? They'll have to pick something else because the whole moniker of it being a little bit nutty, it's going to be associated with that eventually. It's going to happen, because not everyone believes. Anyway, let's get back to the article. The article basically interviewed one guy from the Fermi lab. Let me just read this here because, they got to get their dues. America's preeminent particle physics laboratory. Yeah, I just had to put that in there because they put it in the article. Anyway, Don Lincoln says he's highly skeptical of any extraterrestrial origins to these objects. Thanks, Don. I appreciate it. Yeah, so basically he says, nah, this is not ET. Come on, stop. Come on, it's not ET. It's not. He wrote a book called Alien Universe, Extraterrestrial Life in Our Minds and in the Cosmos. There's a quote by Mr. Lincoln here, and it says, we know enough about physics and chemistry to think it likely that life does exist on other planets. That's strange, because usually they say the opposite. Whether or not that life is then complicated and complex enough to make a craft that will travel through interstellar space, and then a second step, that they're actually coming here, that's more problematic. Well, listen, I can understand where he's coming from, right? And I can understand what he's saying. The universe is extremely, extremely, extremely huge. So to think that a little blue pissant of a planet is attracting all kinds of aliens, it is problematic. It is. Because for you to assume that this little pissant of a blue planet is attracting alien life, if I were to apply a teensy little bit, yes, a grain of salt of common sense to that, that would tell you that there is more advanced life in the entire universe than science is willing to accept. That's basically what he's saying. Don is saying that you would have to be a complete moron to think that in this vast universe there could be thousands and millions of advanced civilizations out there. In fact, the way he wrote this, or the way he quoted this, basically he's saying that we'll be lucky if maybe there's 2 or 3 in our galaxy. Advanced civilizations smarter than me, Mr. Fermi Laboratory. That really, what's the hubris in this? Are you really that smart, Don Lincoln, that you feel that you are the apex of the cranial food chain? That there could never be another being in our own galaxy as smart as you? Hubris. Complete hubris. This is why, science is just full of it sometimes. Sometimes. He continues to, in this quote, to say a few other things. And here's we're in the business of discovering new things. Sure you are. Blazing frontiers of knowledge, trying to understand stuff that nobody knows. And then he says, nobody would be more fascinated than I if I were able to demonstrate that these unidentified lights in the sky were extraterrestrial craft. That would be amazing. The problem is the standard to say that has to be high. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and a light in the sky, while fascinating, is a big jump from there to E.T. Or I think it's this Don, there was more than just a light in the sky. There was a fully formed craft that was being followed by F-18 Hornets. I don't know if you know what those are. I'm sure you could look them up on Google's. So again, I don't even know why they even have... Don needs to really think things over. Yeah, because again... For him to be a scientist at the Fermi Laboratories, he doesn't look at all the evidence well, does he? He's ignoring a whole lot of evidence here as of recently. Whole lot of video, whole lot of eyewitnesses. So he's either not playing with a full deck or he cannot get out of his fucking bubble. That's all I'm saying about Don. But there's a link to that article as well. There's another couple other folks that were interviewed regarding the same topic. So they went around asking people questions about whether or not it's time to believe. So, it would be hard-pressed for anyone to strictly say that they are not going to believe, especially with all the evidence that's out there. I mean, that's just, you got to be pretty close-minded and hard-headed. And really, to be in science, being closed-minded is not a good thing. Not a good thing to be a scientist in that particular mindset. If you're trying to discover new things, that's just it just doesn't go together. Now, I've got this last song that I'm going to play, and that's for the last article that we're going to talk about. The title of this song is Las Vegas Police, so keep that in mind. So there's a reason why I had this particular song. Probably, by the way, it's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth for a Sunday. Kind of like that jazzy feel to it. Here's the article title, and then brace yourselves. Las Vegas, Nevada. Legal Nevada sex worker says she'll make $600,000 from UFO and alien fans. First of all, to make $600,000 from UFO and alien fans, you must be offering some deep discounts. I'm just putting that out there because if for 3 days you're only going to make $600K, because some of these guys and gals that are heading down there are not exactly swimming in the dough. So that's going to keep you pretty busy there, miss. It turns out the Nevada sex worker is offering UFO and alien enthusiasts an out-of-this-world experience. Licensed prostitute Alice Little, who works at the Moonlight Bunny Ranch near Carson City. So she's been advertising a 50% discount between the 20th and the 22nd. And she started advertising about a month ago that she's got some good stuff going on. She claims that even before the special began, she had already broken her previous revenue records because of all the advertising to all the alien fans. She also says that her income for September has already hit 6 figures. If she's going to retire off of the Area 51 rate situation, by the way, that's a Bugs the UFO Hunter making noise in the background. If you are in Las Vegas today, Sunday, you might get the Sunday special. Alice Little is waiting for you at the Moonlight Bunny Ranch, and she's going to give you an ET experience like you've never, ever had before. So, golly almighty, that is just bananas. I guess it's funny, because she will probably make more money, and that's the world we live in, than anyone that's hosting a UFO-related Area 51 show or even selling things. I mean, honestly, she's racking up the big bucks. Thanks. I wonder if Matty Roberts got an extra discount. I wonder if he went up there to Carson City Friday night or Saturday morning just to check out what all the hubbub's above, bub. Completely nuts. By the way, there is a new podcast that's going to be coming out, and I mentioned this before. It's going to be called Big Dime Sports, and I'm going to take the same badass attitude into the sports arena. It should be starting sometime in October, so keep your ears peeled for it. I guarantee you it's not going to be like ESPN, not one bit. It's going to get a little crazy sometimes. Hopefully we can get some people in the sports world to come on and talk to us. And when I say us, I'll have a bunch of other co-hosts with me. I won't be doing it alone. But the Moonraker is going into sports for a little bit, just to see what it's like. I am an MMA fan, so I'd love to talk trash about that. And that's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be a trash-talking, crazy-ass kind of podcast related to sports. So hopefully you guys will join me, at least those that are into sports. I have noticed that sports and aliens usually don't mix, but what the fuck. We'll give it a try. I thank you for joining me on this Sunday, September 22nd. It's been a blast, and let's see what happens with the Raid Area 51 situation in Rachel tonight. Hopefully it continues to go nice and quiet, and everyone can go home peacefully and just say that they made it. They got their t-shirts, and they can go home and tell the grandkids about it. Ciao.